Welcome to our channel, where we find inspiration and motivation in our faith journey. Today's message is a powerful reminder: don't give up because God will come through. Before we dive in, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay inspired by our faith-based content. Let's get started. In life's journey, we are inevitably met with challenges that can seem insurmountable. Whether it's facing setbacks, experiencing disappointments, or wrestling with moments of doubt, these trials can test our faith and resilience. However, it's precisely in these moments of difficulty that we are called to anchor ourselves in God's promises and trust in His unwavering faithfulness. Let's turn to Scripture for guidance and encouragement. Our first passage comes from Isaiah 41:10, where God declares, "Fear not, for I am with you, be not dismayed, for I am your God, I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse is a powerful reminder that we need not fear or be discouraged because God is always by our side. He promises to strengthen us, provide assistance, and uphold us with His righteous hand. No matter how daunting the challenges may seem, God's presence and support are constant sources of hope and assurance. I want to share a personal testimony of a time when I faced overwhelming obstacles and felt like giving up. It was during a period of intense personal struggle. I found myself questioning God's plan and feeling utterly helpless. But in those moments of desperation, God's faithfulness shone through. He surrounded me with unexpected support, provided clarity in the midst of confusion, and infused me with renewed strength to persevere. Looking back, I can see how God's hand was guiding me every step of the way, turning what seemed impossible into a testimony of His faithfulness. Let's consider the story of David and Goliath, a classic example of overcoming daunting challenges with unwavering faith in God's power. When faced with the towering giant Goliath, everyone around David saw an unbeatable foe. Yet, David, fueled by his trust in God, stepped forward with courage and a steadfast belief that God would deliver victory. And indeed, against all odds, God came through, showcasing His unmatched power and faithfulness. As we reflect on these scriptures and examples, let's take heart in knowing that our God is greater than any obstacle we may encounter. When we feel like giving up, let's turn to Him in prayer, seeking His strength, guidance, and assurance. Today, I encourage you to lift up your challenges, doubts, and fears to God. Trust in His promises, knowing that He is faithful to fulfill them. Don't give up because God will come through in His perfect timing and according to His divine plan. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. Remember, even in the darkest moments, God's light shines through. Keep the faith, stand firm, and never give up, for our God is always with us, ready to lead us to victory. Let's dive into the profound words of Isaiah 40:31, which beautifully express the strength and endurance we receive when we wait upon the Lord. The verse reads, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings like eagles, they shall run and not be weary, they shall walk and not faint." This verse paints a vivid picture of the transformative power of waiting on the Lord. When we patiently trust in His timing and rely on His strength, our own limitations are lifted. Just as eagles soar effortlessly above the challenges below, those who wait on the Lord find renewed vigor and resilience. Consider the metaphor of eagles for a moment. These majestic birds are known for their incredible vision, strength, and ability to soar to great heights. In the same way, when we align our lives with God's timing and purpose, we gain a renewed perspective and strength beyond our own capabilities. Isaiah 40:31 serves as a profound reminder that waiting on the Lord is not about passive idleness but rather about active trust and reliance on His divine timing and plan. When we choose to lean on Him, He graciously renews our strength, empowering us to rise above the difficulties that weigh us down. Just as eagles effortlessly glide through the skies, we find ourselves equipped to run the race of life with enduring perseverance, fueled by the unwavering assurance of God's presence and provision. This verse invites us to shift our perspective on waiting, seeing it not as a period of stagnation but as a transformative season of growth and preparation. As we wait on the Lord, our faith is strengthened, our character is refined, and our hope is renewed. It's in this posture of trust and surrender that we discover the true depth of His love and the boundless possibilities that unfold when we align our hearts with His will. Building upon the theme of trusting in God's timing and plan, let's turn our attention to the inspiring story of Joseph from the Bible. Despite enduring betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment, Joseph's unwavering faith in God remained steadfast. In the end, God's divine plan unfolded, showcasing his sovereignty and Joseph's remarkable journey from adversity to triumph. Joseph's story serves as a testament to the power of faith and resilience in the face of adversity. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments of our lives, God is at work behind the scenes, orchestrating events for our ultimate good and his glory. Let's delve into Joseph's narrative and glean valuable insights into how God's faithfulness prevails amidst life's trials and tribulations. Joseph's journey is a profound lesson in faith, resilience, and the unwavering faithfulness of God. Despite facing betrayal by his brothers, being sold into slavery, and enduring unjust imprisonment, Joseph never lost hope or faith in God's plan. One of the key lessons we can learn from Joseph's story is that even in our darkest moments, God is actively working behind the scenes for our good. What may seem like insurmountable challenges are often opportunities for God to showcase his power and bring about incredible transformations in our lives. Joseph's trials were not in vain. God used each setback and hardship to mold Joseph into a person of character, integrity, and wisdom. Eventually, Joseph rose to a position of great influence and leadership, fulfilling God's purpose in saving his family and many others from famine. This narrative reminds us that God's timing is perfect, and he can turn our trials into triumphs. No matter how bleak the situation may appear, we can trust that God is at work, weaving together every thread of our story for his glory and our ultimate good. Joseph's faithfulness and perseverance serve as a beacon of hope, encouraging us to trust in God's plan even when we cannot see the full picture. Let's take inspiration from Joseph's story and remember that God's faithfulness endures through every trial, shaping us into the people he intends us to be. The Apostle Paul's life is a testament to the transformative power of faith and perseverance. Throughout his ministry, Paul faced relentless opposition, including persecution, imprisonment, and physical trials. Yet, amidst these challenges, Paul remained steadfast in his commitment to proclaiming the gospel and nurturing the early Christian communities. Paul's letters, written from prison cells and in the midst of adversity, bear witness to his unshakable faith and unwavering trust in God's providence. In Philippians 4:13, he declares, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me," highlighting his reliance on God's empowerment to endure and overcome every obstacle. One of the most striking aspects of Paul's journey is his ability to find joy and purpose even in the midst of trials. In Philippians 1:12-14, Paul writes about how his imprisonment actually served to advance the gospel, as it provided opportunities to share the message with guards and others in his captivity. Paul's example challenges us to reframe our perspective on adversity. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, we can see them as opportunities for God to work in and through us. Like Paul, we can find strength in God's presence and purpose in every circumstance, knowing that he is faithful to fulfill his promises and use even the most difficult situations for his glory. Paul's life encourages us to persevere in faith, trusting that God's grace is more than sufficient to sustain us through every trial and empower us to fulfill his calling in our lives. As we reflect on the lives of Joseph, Paul, and other faithful witnesses throughout history, let's take heart and be encouraged. Whatever challenges we may face, we can draw strength from their examples and the promises of God's faithfulness. The words of the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4:13 resonate deeply with believers across generations. "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." This powerful declaration encapsulates Paul's unwavering faith and reliance on God's strength to navigate life's challenges. In the context of Paul's ministry and experiences, this verse takes on profound significance. Despite facing persecution, imprisonment, and various trials, Paul remained steadfast in his conviction that God's strength was more than sufficient to sustain him. It's a reminder that our own abilities may falter, but when we lean on God, we tap into an infinite reservoir of strength and resilience. Paul's life exemplifies the truth that our strength ultimately comes from God. It's not about our own might or capabilities but about surrendering to his power working within us. This perspective empowers us to face adversity with confidence, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. As we reflect on Philippians 4:13 and Paul's example, let's embrace the reality that God equips us to endure and overcome every obstacle that comes our way. We can approach challenges with a spirit of resilience and trust, knowing that God's strength is our steadfast anchor in the storms of life. Let's draw inspiration from Paul's profound faith and declaration in Philippians 4:13. Whatever challenges lie ahead, let's remember that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. With God by our side, we are empowered to face each day with courage and perseverance. As we reflect on the inspiring examples of Joseph, Paul, and the timeless truths of Scripture, let's take a moment to address those who may be feeling discouraged or on the verge of giving up. If that's you, I want to remind you of some powerful truths. 1. God is faithful, and His promises never fail. Even in the midst of uncertainty and challenges, God remains steadfast in His love and commitment to you. His faithfulness is your anchor in the storm. 2. Your current situation is not the end of your story. Just like Joseph's journey from the pit to the palace or Paul's transformation from persecutor to apostle, God can turn your trials into triumphs. Your story is still unfolding, and God has a plan for your life that surpasses any difficulty you may face. 3. God's timing is perfect, and He will come through for you. It may seem like things are taking longer than expected or that the obstacles are insurmountable, but God works according to His perfect timing. Trust in His providence and believe that He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail for your good. So, if you're struggling to hold on or feeling overwhelmed, hold fast to these truths. God is with you, and He will never leave you nor forsake you. Take a deep breath, pray, and surrender your burdens to Him. His strength is made perfect in our weakness, and He will carry you through. Take a moment to pray and surrender your burdens to God. Trust in His faithfulness, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. Let go of any anxieties or doubts, and allow His peace to fill your heart. As you pray, remember that God is not distant or indifferent to your struggles. He is a loving and compassionate Father who deeply cares for you. Pour out your heart to Him, expressing your fears, hopes, and dreams. Invite Him to take control of every aspect of your life, trusting that His plans for you are good and purposeful. In this moment of surrender, let go of the need to have everything figured out. Embrace the mystery of God's timing and providence, knowing that He works all things together for your ultimate good. As you continue in prayer, listen for God's voice speaking to your heart. He may provide comfort, wisdom, or a sense of direction. Be open and receptive to His guidance, and allow His Spirit to work within you, transforming your perspective and strengthening your faith. After prayer, take practical steps to align your actions with your trust in God. Seek His guidance in decision-making, prioritize spending time in His Word and in fellowship with other believers, and remain steadfast in prayer and worship. Remember, God is faithful, and He will never leave nor forsake you. Trust in His promises, stand firm in your faith, and watch as He works miracles in your life. May you experience His peace, joy, and presence in abundance as you journey with Him. As we come to the end of our time together, let's take a moment to bask in the tranquil beauty of this sunset, a tangible reminder of God's peace and assurance in our lives. The vibrant colors painting the sky speak of His creativity and majesty, while the gentle descent of the sun whispers of His faithfulness that never fades. In the midst of life's storms and uncertainties, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. But like the sun setting to rise again, God's promises shine bright in the darkness. He is our constant source of hope, strength, and renewal. So, as we part ways for now, I leave you with these words of encouragement. Don't give up because God will come through. Keep the faith, stay strong, and be encouraged. May these words echo in your heart, reminding you that you are never alone. God walks beside you, guiding your steps and lighting your path. His love surrounds you, His peace fills you, and His presence sustains you. Until we meet again, may God's blessings be upon you, bringing you joy, peace, and fulfillment in every step of your journey. Take care, and remember, the best is yet to come. Thank you for joining us today on this inspirational and motivational journey. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who might need a little extra motivation. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, stay blessed.